Welcome back to the second part of looking at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Welcome back to part 2 of our look at mods from the 24th of February. It was just too much stuff to fit into one. I tried to shrink it down and I couldn't get it short in about 67 minutes. So this is part 2. We've got loads of cool new mods coming up. Thanks for coming back if you've watched part 1. If you haven't watched part 1, go and watch that. I know the thumbnails are very similar, but we are in 2 parts today. So, next up, we've got the MAN TGS Crane HKL. This looks a little bit different to normal. This is 25.28 megabytes download, 26 slots on console, 2 slots for the little trailer bit on the back. This is by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau. It's a crane and hook lift. You can use it for forestry, but there is this fire version on here as well. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, hook lift mods, hook lift trailers, lorries, that kind of stuff, they will work with most hook lift mods. Not all, some do, some don't. There are too many hook lift mods for me to show you and test all of them for a mod review, especially a packed mod review like we've got today. So if you are looking to use a particular hook lift mod, it's going to have to be, you have to try it and see how it works. There's no reason why it shouldn't work, but what you'll see as well is the back of this is fairly short. If you've got very long hook lift stuff, it might not work as well, or if it does, it may overhang by quite a bit, but it will be a little bit of trial and error. But it is a hook lift, and that's kind of the reason behind it. If we go to our vehicles and we go along to our trucks, so the main vehicle itself, I said, was 26 slots, 130 grand. We've got 500 horsepower, a 640 horsepower, or an 880 horsepower. Adds a bit of money on top, but 880 horsepower. Then we've got Trelleborg with no option for tyres. We've got Continental, no option. Then we've got Nokian, TR12s, Ground Kings. And then we've got, oh, then back to Trelleborg again. I thought we had some other options on there. TR12 Ground King. Yeah, I thought we had some other options. Okay, just those. So then we've got windscreen stone guard. We can put the stone guard on or off. We've got a bull bar. Yes. We've got yes with orange blinking lights, with blue blinking lights. So if you want to go for the fire engine version, you might want to go for the blue blinking lights or no. I've got roof headlights. Again, you can have those with orange blinking, blue blinking, or none. We've got crane cabin windows for the cabin on the back, tinted or clear. We've got flashing flashlights, orange, blue, or off. That's on the back, I think. Horns, yes or no. Sunshield colour, we've got purple, green, black. You can't take the sunshield off, but you can change the colour of it. Warning stripes, yes or no, on the front. We've got headlight protection, puts covers on. Beacons, orange or blue. Side marker lights, yes or no. Vehicle lettering, so if you want to go for the fire engine version. Now it does say, excuse me, in the description for this, that if you go for the fire department one, now I haven't been able to get this to work. Couldn't find an option for it. It says with the fire department lettering, a siren can be activated via mouse control. On console, excuse me, we haven't got mouse control. But normally you get an option come up and I haven't found one to get the sirens to work. But anyway, so if you've got the lettering on for the fire department, yes or no, you don't have to have it on there. Back flashes, orange or blue. Claw colour, so this is all the colouring now, so we can change the claw colour to anything on that palette. The hook lift parts, that's your cylinders and things, change the colour of those. The hook colour on the hook lift, let's go for something, oh, it's red anyway, that doesn't help. Blue, for example. The cabin top section, so if you want to go for the fire engine version, you might want to go for red, but you don't have to. The cabin below, let's go for white, metal, sort of silver. Crane colour, crane cabin colour, just honestly, HR4 stuff is mad. And then rim colour, anything on that palette. And then we've got license plate option on there too. Whew, got there. If we then go to tools and trailers, is where you find the HKL platform. That's 2 slots, normally comes down to 1. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette, and we can change the design colour to anything on that palette, like that. we got there. Right, let's jump in, start it up. So, lights. If you've gone for all the various different flashes, there's ones on the back as well. You might have orange ones, you might have none at all. And we've got our lighting. It's pretty cool, I'd say. But if I go L1, if you look, I haven't got anything that's come up there for the siren. R1, nothing with the siren. L1, R1, nothing with the siren. If I change the control group, I can only do that once I've opened the crane up. So at the moment, if I open cover, that will send the hook lift back. So open and close cover on this particular version does the crane, does the hook lift, sorry. If I want a crane open and closing, we do that, puts the side supports out, opens the crane up. Crane works as most cranes do. So we're on control group crane, in, out, side to side. Then we've got up and down, and then we've got a rotation of the head and open and close of the head, like that. We can change our camera from either in-cab to the crane. So it does it from the crane, not you specifically, but when you move the cab it does that. So I can't move my head around at all, it's based upon that. So if I close the crane now, so it's following the crane, not the cab. And then back to that. Follows that away. So there's our horn. Hang on. Oh, baby shark. Anyway, we can under R1 toggle axis lowering, so the rear axle can be raised and lowered as well. If we hook up to the hook lift, like that. So I say close cover, open and close cover will do the hook lift. Hook lift, if you go for this particular one, does have straps. It does also have the option under R1, right stick side to side, opens and closes that side. Like that. L1. Hang on. Why is it not going? There we go. L1 and right stick side to side does that one. I don't think there's one for the back. I think it's just the two sides. So when that's on the floor, you can drive stuff up onto it. You can open and close it for loading things on. But I say you can put log backs on there and stuff as well. Very nice indeed. Interior, nicely detailed. So lights off and I'll pout. There we go. So that's the MAN TGS Crane HKL by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau, which brings me on to the one I'm most excited about today. And it's this. And when I say one, it's three. This is 3 mods, and I always look for something. I always say this that's cool, exciting, different. I'm not going to say it's a sweeping statement. Say this is one of the best mods. I think this is fantastic. I absolutely love this as a mod. We've got grain containers, tipping container trailer pack, and lizard cranes, SMV 4531 TC5, all by Hispano. The first one, the crane containers, these are all designed to work together. We have got 41.86 megabytes to download. We've got the trailer pack that comes with it, that's 39.18 megabytes to download, and then the actual crane itself for grabbing the shipping containers is 27.21 megabytes to download, which seems like quite a lot, but the shipping containers aren't wood ones, these aren't logging, these are grain containers, so you can put all sorts of crop types and stuff in them. So you can either have it by the side of the field, unload into it, you can have it on the trailer back, unload into it, you can load onto the trailers to be delivered elsewhere, you can take off of the trailers to load onto trains. It's brilliant. I have to say, this is up there for me. It looks just awesome. The operation of it, the movement, the options, it's all absolutely fantastic. So if we go to our grain containers first, that was under, I want to say miscellaneous. Was it miscellaneous? It was. Right, so we start off with these. We got 10 slots, 11 slots and 13 slots. So So 10 and 11, I've gone for the larger one of those. So if we start with this one, grain container small size, we've got 20 foot and we've got 20 foot high cube. So 27,800 litres, 32,200 litres. We then got 25 foot, 35,800 litres, and then the high cube at 41,200. Now these can be stacked on top of each other as well. So you can stack them up, you can, whatever you want to do with them. And then back to that again. Now the rest of the options are the same on all of them, but I'll show you on this. So we've got decals, Lizard 1, we've got that, which I think is brilliant. Lizard 2, logistic company, or none at all. So let's go for that. Cover, yes or no. Don't have to have a cover on it. So as you can see, it's not a logging one. It's for grain types and things like that. Put the cover back on. Main colour, anything on that palette. Stripes colour, as you can see, the stripe at the moment is green. You can change stripe colour. Cover colour, if you've gone for the cover on, you can change the cover colour. Decals colour. Let's go for pink, for example. So where it's got the decals, the writing, the logistic company, whatever's on there, it will change that colour. Those are the options. So the next one up, the 30 foot, we've got 44,800, 51,200, 53,800, 60,200. All the rest of the options are the same. And then the larger one, the 40 foot, we've got 61,800, 70,200, 69,800, 79,200 litre capacities on these, which is phenomenal. So that's the containers. If we then go up to our trailers, we've got the trailers that fit those particular cubes. It depends which ones you want to go for. So we've got 15 slots, 16 slots and 16 slots. Again, options are the same on all of them once we go past the first one. So we've got the 20 foot with tension belts, 20 foot tractor, so you don't have to have it with an articulator like a lorry cab. You can have it pulled by a tractor if you want to. 20 foot tractor and tension belts, then 25 tractor. The 25 doesn't have the tension belts. So depending on whichever size containers you've gone for, you want to get the one that the trailer that goes for it. So wheel brands: Continental, Nokian, Trelleborg, BKT, Michelin, Vredestein, back to Continental. Continental, got that tyre option. Nokian, we've got those two. Trelleborg, BKT, just that. Michelin, those. Vredestein, back to Continental. Sticker brands, this on the back. On the mudguards, we've got sticker brand No, Lizard, Demco, Flegel, Krone, Load King, off. Main colour, anything on that palette. Design colour, so the bits on the corners, which are going to become relevant in a little bit. Let's go for pinks to make them stand out. Changes those. Mudguard colour, we can change that as well. Reflective colour, that's reflectors around the mudguards. Yellow, orange, probably went for the wrong colour on the mudguards, but that changes around the mudguards. Rim colour, anything on that palette. License plate option on there too. So difference then is when we move up to our tipping containers, again we've got the 30 foot options with tension belts, tractor option, then you've got tension belts, 35 foot, truck or tractor, back again, then we move up to the larger one which says your 40 foot and your 45 foot with tension belts or without, and the tractor options or not. So that's those. Then we move on to the actual crane itself, which you'll find under, this was under wheel loaders. 521 grand. It's just awesome. 14 slots, which is incredible. The options on this are phenomenal and it looks great. So gripper configuration: 20 foot, 30 foot, 40 foot, 25 foot, 35, 45. So depending which ones of the options you've gone for will depend on which gripper configuration you're going to want. Wheel brand, we've got Michelin, Nokian, Trelleborg, and a Michelin. We've got that and that. Nokian, just those. Trelleborg, just those. Back to Michelin again. Tinted windows, we've got various different tints. Additional work lights, you can have central arm work lights. Tweezers, that's on the front. Central arm and tweezers, no. Brand configuration, Lizard or Volvo. Awesome. Decal configuration, now this is where the decals are going to be, so they can be on the chassis only, arm only, tweezers at the front, chassis and arm, chassis and tweezers, arm and tweezers, or no. Then we've got main colour. There is a Volvo yellow option, But anything on that palette, I don't know why I keep going for the pink today, but anyway, there you go. Silver, white, sort of metallic. Telescopic arm colour. Hydraulic colour, so we can change the colour of the rams. Cab colour. Decals colour. Reflective colour, that's on the edges of the tweezers. Rim colour. And then license plate option on there too. So, without further ado, let's hop in this. Because it's cool. Now, it doesn't come like this, it comes with it sideways. But if you want to transport this, or you're driving, if it's on a low loader, or you're driving through narrow stacks, or between buildings, you might want to pack it away like this. But we can raise that up. So we've got in, out, up, down. Then we've got rotation at the front. This is so cool. So cool. And we've also got under L1, we've got tilt. So we've got up and down, and we've got tilt of that tweezer section as well. And then we've got under L1 and R1 our cab. So once you're in that position, so you can see a little bit better what you're doing, if you're in cab like that, you can bring your cab right forward, so you've got a better look at your operation. You've got that camera angle, which is brilliant. Or back out again. So like that. I love this. I love it so much. It's just making me smile. It's making me very happy. So we then go to L1. So we've got two options here. First move, lengthen. Press X, opens it out. Doesn't open it all the way, but it opens out partially. So if you've got the 30 foot or the 35 foot, it's going to depend, or 40 foot, 45 foot, whichever one you've gone for. And then open cover takes it to the full extent. So that's taking it all the way out now. We have got lights on here as well. We have beacons on here. Horn 2. So let's see if we can do it like that. Like that. Actually, that's harder to see all the way out, but we can look both ways. That might work. So, come out to our objects. Now, it comes up pretty quickly, but you might want to get a little bit lower down just to get it a bit more kind of accurate. Hook it up. Honestly, how cool is this? Oh man, we just need ships now. We need boats, don't we? We need ports with boats we can load onto the boats as well. How awesome would this be? So we bring it to our trailer, which is standing by. We'll try and be as accurate as we can be. Like I said, you can stack these on top of each other. I can open and close the cover. I've got to make sure I do the right one though. I think it's the... no, top one. So we can open and close the cover when it's attached to this as well. If we detach it now, move that out of the way. And we go to our lorry. So our lorry we can attach. So it's attached it on. Now, if you've got the smaller versions, there's straps. We can open and close our cover from here as well. But one on the trailer as well, those so excuse me, those connectors down. You'll just see them in a moment. We've got. If I switch over to that, it says lock, twist lock. So with it on, without straps, you lock it into place. So if I lock, twist lock, you'll see that bit right in the middle there. That spins round. That locks the shipping container onto the trailer. How cool is that? And off we go, either to the field, from the field we can take it to another yard to be unloaded. We could be coming to the yard to be unloaded, but if we go somewhere that we want to unload to, this just acts like a regular trailer. We can just tip and unload from this. Gets locked in place, unload here. I have to say, I love it. So when you're done, open the twist locks, detach it. You can come over with your crane thing again, come over, attach it, and off you go. Move them around, stack them up, do whatever you want to do with them. I think the fact they were in as separate mods is pretty cool, but I haven't tried using this on the log containers yet. I just wanted to use this as a pack as it stands, but there could be other uses for it. You could find other configurations for it. It might work with other things as well, but I think as a set of mods, absolutely brilliant, fantastic stuff. That's the grain containers, tipping container trailer pack, and the Lizard Cranes SMV 4531 TC5, all by Hispano. I say a triumph, an absolute triumph. Moving on from there, we've got this. This is the Grimme Varitron 470 series. I think it's 470 series. Or did I put down 400? No, 470 series. This is by Dazed. 49.11 megabytes download, 24 slots on console. What's different about this, you may ask? Well, the previous version of the Veratron we had tracks on the back. This has got wheels on the back. And there's a couple of other little options on this available, which is quite cool. One, there's water tanks on this. So if you add water to it, it acts like silage additive in that when you're harvesting or picking up from the ground, which this can do, it can pick up from the ground as well, you get a 5%, well, the silage additive is a 5% yield bonus. This doesn't say, it says it works like silage additive. It's added a misting system for dry harvests. It functions like the silage additive system, so that's a 5% boost. You get a bonus. Which is pretty cool. It also says can pick up potatoes off the ground. So if you're using a windrow harvester for harvesting your potatoes and it's leaving them on the ground, this can pick up from the ground. It says it can pick up an extra 2 to 4 rows if you're picking up from the ground. So it's an interesting looking piece of equipment, which you'll find under potato technology. 400,000 to buy. We've got wheel setup standard, or you can have the Platinum TerraTrack if you want the TerraTrack version of it. I personally quite like that. Or there's a license plate option. Those are only 2 choices. It's got a, well, it says 10,090 litre. The water, it takes 500 litres of that, so it's a little bit smaller than that. If we hop in, start it up. We do have the option under L1, R1 and left stick side to side. We can raise and lower the ladder ourselves if we want to. Lights, beacons, horn, unfold harvester. I've got 500 litres of water in here already. Start it up, drop it down. And away we go. Nice animations and everything, the pick up and the collection of potatoes and very cool. We do also have under L1, once you've opened it up, L1 right stick up and down will raise and lower the say auger, but yeah, the conveyor, and we can tip the end of it as well. Like that, so you can get it much higher and curved over for particular trailers or whatever you might be unloading into. Interior, nicely detailed. Very cool indeed. There you go. That's the Grimme Veratron 470 series by Dazed. Moving on. We've got this. This is the John Deere XUV865R by Grubby. 8.52 megabytes download, 13 slots for the actual XUV. And there's a little homemade forestry trailer that comes with this. This is 2 slots you'll find under forestry. It looks like a sort of more modernised version. There's a few different options. What you've also got, if you've got the Platinum DLC, does have a front winch on it as well, which is very cool. So you can hook up logs if you are doing it for logging or whatever you might be doing it for. Looks very nice indeed. You'll find it under cars, 26 grand. It does say it will take stuff in the back. You can load things into the back of it. It says it's 1.6 ton. So we've got attaches standard or 3-point link. So you can have a 3-point link on the back for running equipment if you want to run equipment. Engine setup, 23 horsepower or a whopping 30 horsepower if you go for the chip tuned. We've then got beacons, no, yes. I was saying left or right, no and yes. Bull bar configuration, yes or no. Protection, got light guards on the back. window cover to stop stuff smashing into the window, or both. We have a Starfire on the top, so if you are using it for doing crop work, so you can find where you are in the field more accurately, we can change the main colour, so you can on that palette. Design colour, like that. Rim colour, don't know why I went for brown, and license plate option on there too. So a few different options on there for chopping and changing your colour configuration. If we then go down to tools and go to our forestry equipment, just there we've got the homemade log trailer 2000, and we can change the main colour to that palette, design colour, and then rim colour like that. So let's hop in, start it up. The rear trailer has tension straps before you log in. We have tension straps in the back compartment as well. We can open and close the rear like that. When it says unload, it doesn't tip. So at the moment that's unloading. So unload here, the back doesn't tip up. We've just got that. Just double checking that. Yeah. I like it. Interior, nice, neat, tidy. Visibility's good. Very cool indeed. The the John Deere XUV 865R by Grubby. Next we've got this. This is the Fendt 700 Vario Gen 7 by Tarksy007. This is 27.06 megabytes download, 29 slots on console. As you can see, I've gone for a sort of wide, narrow twin option on this. It's quite a menacing, beastie looking bit of kit. This has got some nice features. Then we can just see there's little dots all on there. I've got Christmas lights on it. It's an option that came up. It's fantastic. So this you'll find under medium tractors. Just there, 195,000 for the base model. We've got 203 horsepower, 223 horsepower, 243 horsepower, 262 horsepower, or 303 for the 728 Vario. We've then got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. I'm not going to read them all out. There are a lot. This goes through various selections of standard sizes, then wides, then wide 2s, then wide 3s. Then there's a whole load. So we'll go through as we often do. So under Trelleborg, we've got Michelin, told you. Continental. Mitas. BKT. Vredestein. Nokian. And back to Trelleborg again. Then we got equipment lines, power. There's things to do with lights actually. This is power, power plus, Profi plus, Profi Plus with light animation. Back again, I think we went for light animation. We've got front parts, standard, full hood protection. No beacon lights. Left, right, both. Fender Design 1 and 2. Addition, so this was standard. Christmas decoration, yellow lights. Christmas decoration, colourful. Black Beauty, back to standard. So I went for the Christmas decoration colour, why wouldn't you? We've got mirrors, standard, design 1. Warning signs, yes and no. Now they're folded back. I couldn't get an option for those to open. So maybe they're just there for a sort of decorative, they're there, but I couldn't find an unfold option. Displays, we've got day and night. I'm assuming that's for in cab, but illuminated. Again, I couldn't really tell a difference. Attachers, we've got standard. Now it says only weight, so it's a 3-point link but without PTO. Then we've got with PTO, so 3-point link. Front loader attacher, quick, power, no. Main colour, any one of those. Design colour, does the front bit if you've got the protection on. Rim colour, does the rim. And license plate option 2. Let's hop in, start it up. So, see the lights all around it? I love that. It's silly, isn't it? But anyway. Lights, beacons, horn, L1, R1, left stick side to side, does the sunroof, right stick side to side, does the left door, right stick up and down, does the rear window, like that. I think those are the options for doors and windows. It's a couple of, over the last week or so, we've had a couple of really nice Fendt 700s, haven't we? Interior? Like I say, I can't find an option under L1, R1 for opening or closing those hazard squares. I've had a fiddle around trying different key configurations, but there we go. That's the Fendt 700 Vario Gen 7 by Tarxi 007, which brings me on to the last of the mods. We got the for the 24th, we got the new Holland T5 utility pack. It's by blauea, 19.68 megabytes download, 14 slots on console for the tractor, and then 2 slots for the front loader that comes as part of this utility pack. The tractor is under small tractors, just there, 67 grand for the base model. We've got 99 horsepower, 107 horsepower, 114 horsepower, back to 99, so 114. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. So we've got Narrows under Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, sorry, Mitas, BKT, I'm so busy looking at the options, Vredestein, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. So Trelleborg's the only one with the narrow option. Beacon lights, no. Left, both, off. Front weight, or 3-point. Front loader attacher, New Holland, quick, power, off. Main colour, we got a blue power, we got a Fiat Agri, kind of almost rust red. I went for the silver. It's kind of a goldish sort of silver. I wouldn't say it's well, silver. That's what it says it is. And then we've got design colour does the seat inside. Rim colour does the rims. I went for that. I think that's the blue power, but I think that's more. But anyway, license plate option on there as well. Then we go to our tools. Go to front loaders, which is just there. Out on the end, the 750 TL front loader attacher, 5 grand. Slot count comes down from 2 to 1. We can change the main colour to match up with the tractor. Like that. Lights, beacons, horn you've heard. L1, R1, left stick side to side. Does the left door. Right stick up and down. Does the rear window. Under R1, right stick up and down. Does the front window. Nice little chunky T5 with front loader by blauea. Now I've just got to move on and have a look at trying to unravel these two new maps. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.